Ooh, hi. Hey, is this how you invite all your lady friends for lunch?
I'm afraid this is regrets, not an invitation.
Could have fooled me.
I can't talk about it. Don't ask, okay?
Should she worry that her husband is having secret assignations at lunchtime?
Not if you're going to think like a cop instead of a woman.
Yay, can I frisk you?
Let me check the rule book. Frisking, I think, is okay.
Terrific. Oh. Now they want it in triplicate. Sorry. Bad timing.
Certainly was.
Gets kicked out of the nest?
I doubt it.
Well, you never know. Like, don't be so hard on Barbara. I mean, even Kim is having troubles with Andy's independence. And she's a pro when it comes to motherhood.
Well, I guess I'll just take it a day at a time until Adam's on his own. Oh, and speaking of that, would you mind if I put this on my desk?
Why would I mind? Boy, sure is your son.
Yeah, sure is.
Maybe it'd be better for both of us if I just got out of your life altogether.
Hey, not a double shift today. I thought maybe we could have some lunch.
Why don't you just admit you're here checking up on me like everybody else? As you can see, the tree is still standing. Only a couple of bulbs broken. I'm sorry the place is such a mess. We didn't even get out of bed this morning until Julie had to go for fittings for Walsh.
Andy, I was here Friday night. I saw what happened, remember?
I'm sorry you had to be here for that. You were right. I should never have taken the first drink. So just forget what I said. It was the booze talking. It upset Julie, and it didn't even make any sense, so I made up for it, though. We had a terrific Christmas. Didn't you see how good we were getting along over the holidays?
The guy that you accused Julie of sleeping with. Antonio Reyes?
Well, this is a pleasant surprise. I thought you couldn't make it to lunch.
I don't have much time.
Well, we'll have to make the best of our time then. I'll order in. You know, as much as I enjoy making love to you in front of the fire, I'm counting the days until you move into my penthouse.
Please understand. I just can't leave Andy now.
As the World Turns. This portion brought to you today by Tide. If it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide.
I wanted it to be right after New Year's, but I can't promise you that. He's just so dependent on me right now. He's going through such a bad time. And I'm afraid if I walk out on him, I don't know what's going to happen.
Julie, the longer you stay with him, the more dependent on you he's going to become. Alcoholics use dependency to hang on to people.
Yeah, but why should he pay for my mistake? If I walk out on him, he's just going to give up on life. Antonio, I've never felt this way about anyone before. I want to be with you so much. But I can't just walk over Andy just to get what I want.
So you've made up your mind?
I just need some more time.
All right. I'll give you until the end of the holidays to break up with Andy. But just remember, he's not the only one who has needs. And get back to your rehearsal.
Tonio, can you at least tell me that you understand?
Hello? Hello, Andy. This is Tonio. Could I speak with Julie, please?
She's not here right now, Tonio. She's rehearsing for Simply Barbara fashion show at Walsh Enterprises. Can I take a message?
Oh, that won't be necessary. I'll be seeing her later.
About the New York modeling job, right?
Oh, that, yes, and other things.
Still believe there's nothing going on between them?
There isn't. But maybe that sleaze's got the hots for Julie, but so what? She didn't dare turn down the necklace from him since she's been turning him down for everything else.
It's not what you thought Friday night.
Paul, I was drunk. The alcohol was making me see things that weren't really there.
Where were you drinking because of what you were seeing?
Look, I don't need you coming in here making insinuations about my girl. I know you're trying to be my friend, but it's cool. I'm sober, and I'm going to stay that way. Julie and I, we had a wonderful Christmas. And we're going to have a wonderful New Year. 2 resolutions. No booze, no jealousy.
Oh, yeah? Well, if you figure out how to kick the jealousy habit, why don't you fill me in? Andy, I know how you must feel when you see Tonio practically undressing Julie with his eyes. That's what I had to put up with all summer with Brock and Emily.
Well, it's different with Brock and Emily. I mean, they were having an affair. And Tonio and Julie they're just business.
Do you know that? Can you be sure of that? You know you can't trust Tonio.
I can trust Julie.
All the same. I just think that if Julie really loved you, she would understand why you don't want her hanging around with that loser.
What do you mean, if she loves me? She loves me. And she proves it to me every night of my life.
Bob, excuse me. I have a favor to ask you. John suggested Casey might be able to help me do some cataloging in the lab, and I wanted to know what you think.
I think John is inspired. I mean, it would give Casey some focus and also some badly needed income.
Good. That's what I think. I was wondering if you would have any time this afternoon to go to the Parettis with me and help me sell them on the idea.
Sure, about 2 o'clock I'll have some time.
Great.
Susan, Franny told me about Andy having a drink last week.
It was more than just one. He went on a bender Friday night. That's why they had to cancel the party.
That's what I was afraid of.
But he went straight to AA. He's been trying to stay sober, and he's just still shaky.
I've got to tell Kim if I get a chance to talk to her without John being around.
I was hoping that Andy would get a chance to tell her. I think he's afraid that she's going to tell John, which I think is a bad idea. He doesn't need John coming down on him right now.
Well, I really appreciate your leveling with me, and I'll see to it that it doesn't go beyond Kim.
Okay.
See you later.
Well, I took Lisa's advice. I had a blood work up, but everything was negative. There's nothing that came up to show that a reason why I'm gaining all this weight at all. I guess I just have to stop snacking.
The first thing you have to do is stop beating up on yourself.
That's a little difficult to do when you're around size 2 models all day long, which reminds me I have to get to the Mona Lisa to give Lisa her contract. And, you know, with all this energy I'm expending, it's a wonder that I'm not losing weight instead of gaining.
Now listen, you look gorgeous. So don't worry about it. Okay? I mean
pal. Thanks.
Well, wouldn't it be wonderful if you just had a big wand? You could wave it and everybody you love would be happy.
Well, if I didn't know that was impossible before, I sure know it now. You've been right all along. I'm afraid Andy is in trouble.
This is Mr. Pryor from Grand Rapids. This is my niece, Lily Walsh, and this is Lisa Mitchell.
Yes, we met.
Miss Snyder was just cluing me in on the public relations advantages of Walsh Enterprises.
Oh, I see. Well, then, you would like perhaps a table that's quiet and where no one can overhear and... Yeah, business.
Yeah, sure, I understand.
Okay.
But I'll have just the place. I'll be right back. Don't go away.
Okay. I'll see you.
Nice to
Lily.
meet you.
You want to check your... Yeah, I better.
You too.
Margot? Huh?
It's Lily.
Lily!
Hi.
Gosh, it's good to see you. Man, you know what a scare you gave us. I know. I'm sorry.
Hey, there's no apology necessary. We heard what happened. We're just glad that you're okay and you're back.
Oh, Margot, what's going on now? Don't tell me it's a raid, huh?
Well, Lisa, I'm sorry, but have you checked the expiration date on your liquor license recently?
Oh, no. No.
It's a joke, Lisa.
Oh, I don't think it's funny. Save it for April Fool. What are you here for anyway?
How about lunch?
Lunch?
Still do that?
Yes, we do lunch.
Fine arcade. There you go.
Oh, dear.
You seem to know that man with Ellie.
Yes. Mr. Pryor, sure. He gets around.
Well, I figure she'd be heartbroken after Craig.
Honey, I'm sure she is. Poor thing. I think Ellie is trying to throw herself into our work so she doesn't have to think about. Well, you and I can understand what she's going through.
You know, maybe it's safer not to give your heart like that.
I hope you don't really mean that. I mean, when it comes to love, it's really worth the risk. You don't let what happened with Derek into...
Lisa, I'm sorry, but I really don't want to talk about that.
Miss Walsh, you have to stop minting like this, you know. Hello, mister.
Oh, I have a message for you. Your client called. He said he's terribly sorry he won't be able to meet you here for lunch, and he just missed you at the office.
Well, so much for wheeling and dealing. Looks like I'll be having lunch with an empty chair unless there's a chance you can get me off the hook. Huh?
As a matter of fact, I just realized I'm hungry.
Excellent.
Well, good. I'll,
Can I show him
yes,
the
you
way?
certainly may, and lunch is on me. And I really mean that. It's on the house. It's your present. Welcome home.
Thank you. Right this way, Mr. Baxter.
Thank you.
Hello there. How are you? My lucky day. All of my favorite people are here today.
Yes, but unfortunately, I'm here by myself. You know, I could not tear Sean away from his business. Seems that he's doing business at the Mona Lisa these days.
That's not a client. That's Lily Walsh.
We better not let Kate see this. She'll never learn how to use a spoon.
Well, worse yet, she'll think that she can get dessert before she finishes everything on her plate. You know, Casey, maybe you should plan the menus, because I don't think I'm fixing things the way you like it.
Oh, it's fine. I just don't work up much of an appetite sitting around on my butt all day long.
Well, you know, you use a lot more energy than you think. And you have to eat to keep up your strength.
Well, you're the one who needs to keep up your strength, hauling me in and out of the bathtub and the bed. How's your back?
Which is fine. Remember, I was trained to lift dead weights.
Well, that's me, all right.
I didn't mean it like that.
I know. I keep forgetting that I'm just another one of your patients.
Casey Peretti. You know me better than that. I don't sleep with my patients.
Hey, how about we put a double bill on the VCR, you know? Turn the lights out, make like it's Saturday night at the Roxy.
Wish I could, but I've got to finish up the laundry, do the bills, and when Marilyn gets here, I wonder we'll go to the grocery store if we're going to eat anything tonight.
Oh, yeah, forgot. I'm the only one on vacation. Is there anything that I can do?
Well, sure, you could,
What? I stumped you, didn't I?
No, you did not. You could entertain Kate and Adam when they wake up from their nap. I'll get the playpen, I'll put it right down here, and you can entertain them.
Well, there's an idea. I could start with a juggling act and follow it up with a handstand. How's that?
You could just talk to them. I mean, they really enjoy your company.
Well, they can get that from the TV. If you turn it on and change the channels for us.
Well, you know, I was thinking maybe I'll get a remote control TV.
Oh, yeah, after we win the lottery. Oh, wait a minute, that's a good idea. While you're at work, I can get out of my wheelchair out on the front lawn, sell lottery tickets, lemonade, jumper cables.
I was thinking, I'm going to talk to Mrs. Atwater, and maybe I can get on the night shift. And that way I could spend more time with you and Kate.
I don't want you to do that.
Why?
Because.
Because? That's not a reason. Because? What, you don't want me around anymore?
I want a wife, not a nurse. It's bad enough that you have to support us. I don't want you slaving a bunch of helpless patients all day that have to come home and work on your helpless hubby.
I don't feel that way, Casey.
Well, just get out, Lai. Get out. I need some time to myself, all right? Go!
Everything natural.
KCCO, KCCW, TV 712.
Why is it that Andy feels he can talk to Susan, Franny, and not to me?
Well, for one thing, they're professionals, and they're not his mother.
And will you please tell me why it is that my son, who has had every advantage I could possibly give him, has turned out to be an alcoholic, and Duke, who has every strike against him, is turning out to be just fine? I mean, what did I do? Or rather, what didn't I do?
Those are the wrong questions. Alcoholism is a disease, you know that. I mean, if Andy had rheumatoid arthritis, you wouldn't blame it on yourself. You'd be doing everything you could to help them.
I don't know if I know how to help him. I finished asking him point blank, why did you cancel the Friday night party? And what does he do? He just avoids answering the questions. He's rambling on about what a wonderful life he has with Julie. Julie, the crux of the whole problem. And what am I supposed to do? Just sit around and watch my son destroy himself?
Will you please remember that he's getting help from other people?
Oh, and a lot of good it's doing him. He's lying about his drinking. He's lying about Lord only knows what else. I have to do something.
Like what?
Well, for starters, I'm going to have an honest conversation with my son.
Thank you. You never told me how you got to Oakdale.
I, interviewed with Emily in New York. And I took a trip down here. I figured it'd be worth it just to see Emily again. And then I met Craig. And I was very impressed. Very impressed. And I felt sort of an affinity for the town here, and I wanted to get the hell out of New York, so I took the job.
You don't miss life in the Big Apple?
Not for a minute. I could stay here all my life. In fact, at the moment, I'm trying to raise enough capital to buy out Craig's partnership. You're not a spy for your mother's company, are you?
That'll be the day.
Good.
But I will give you a tip. Mother's out to buy Craig's share of M&A.
Yes, Craig figured on that, so he left specific instructions to Jessica Griffin not to sell to either of two people.
Lucinda Walsh and Antonio Reyes, of course. The latter would be a catastrophe, but I don't think the company should be swallowed up by the Walsh giant either.
I guess you're not a fan of Antonio Reyes.
I'm not. Are you?
Emphatically no.
And that settles it. The partnership should be yours.
Well, let's just hope the bank feels the same way. Right now they're deciding on whether I am a good risk or not. I have a good friend here. If you'll excuse me, I'll be right back. Why don't you come on over and join us?
No, I really don't.
You two know each other, don't you?
Hello, Lily. It's so nice to see you again. I'm really sorry to hear about it. Great to see you too, Franny. I hope you'll join us. I wouldn't want to interrupt things here. I really
You're not interrupting. So how long did you work in Chicago?
I worked there a few years.
Well, I can see how you'd prefer Oakdale. Kind of reminds me of Grand Rapids. Nice place to settle down, have children.
Yeah, it is.
But you know, I'm surprised that an attractive young woman like yourself hasn't already headed in that direction.
I like to work. Speaking of work, I think we need to talk about Walsh Enterprises. I mean, that's why we're here.
We are, but, it's nice to get to know the people you might be working with. Makes my job much easier.
You leave me today was not the day to run out of gas. But anyway, here are your contracts, my dear. I already signed them. Please just sign on the bottom line.
Okay.
No, I'm not quite sure there's going to be a show.
Oh, honey, I'm sure there's going to be a show. Your shows are always just fabulous.
Oh, Lisa. You know, I just seem to be losing my confidence. Maybe that's why I can't keep my hand out of the cookie jar.
Oh, I think you're doing a grand job with that. And you should be very proud. But I think maybe you'd feel better if you got to the root of the problem.
Oh, really? So where do I start? Paul, Adam, Margot.
Barbara, I was going to tell you, they dropped by.
Excuse me.
Hi, sweetheart. How are you?
Hello. I'm just fine. Hi, Margot.
Hi.
Where's Tom?
What's this all about, Joe?
Finley here has one of the toughest and riskiest assignments going. He's infiltrated one of the cleverest organized crime families in this country, and it seems they're grooming him to take over.
I'm impressed. I wish you luck. Where do I fit in?
There's an Oakdale connection.
This family's one of the toughest nuts to crack. They're smart, vicious, but well-cloaked in respectability. Even the press isn't onto them.
I'm not about to let organized crime get a toehold in Oakdale. Who are these people?
Lombard Industries. Used to be run by the old man, Philip, but now the current head of the family is his son, Brock Lombard.
We'll continue with part 2 of As the World Turns in just a moment. Alan Michael.
I am suing you on the grounds of adultery.
Harley.
You want to fight? You got it.
A messy.
Don't try and get any money from me.
Messy.
I'm taking you to the cleaners.
Divorce.
You jerk. What do you think is fair?
50%.
Of my money? What are you, crazy?
Oh, you owe me.
Guiding Light. Next. And now part 2 of As the World Turns.
Well, I better get back, Joe, before I missed.
Right. Well, I wanted you two to meet so Finley could contact you in case something broke fast and I was in Washington or out of the country.
Yes, of course. I have a feeling that the next move may involve either L.A. Snyder or Emily Stewart. There's like a power struggle going on within the family, and old man Lombard is getting ready to show his son Brock his teeth.
You let me know what I can do.
I will. Thanks. Take care, Joe.
Joe, you've thrown a real curve at me. Emily Stewart's like a member of my family. You want me to sit back and let her marry Brock Lombard and not say a word to warn her?
You know the answer to that, Tom.
Ellie Snyder's a friend as well. Where does she fit into all this?
Apparently Brock Lombard's an old boyfriend. Look, it's possible that Ellie Snyder may know something. The old man's upset about her. He's also dead set against his son's involvement with Miss Stewart.
What kind of life is she going to have if she marries into a crime family?
Well, apparently Brock Lombard wants out, and we can't afford to shake the boat. I mean, if Brock Lombard turned state witness, we've made our case.
So if I keep quiet, I could be signing their death warrants. How do you expect me to live with that, Joe?
The same way we all do. Look, I don't think I have to tell you this, Tom, but I don't want you discussing this with Margot. Understood?
Well, Kirk Anderson told me to tell you that you can take all the time you need in answering questions, but before we begin, I must tell you, Kirk is probably the very best executive I've ever worked with, and if you come to Walsh, you're going to be in great hands, and I mean that.
You're suggesting he's better than Blake Stevens?
No, I didn't say that. I'm just saying if you ever need advice, you can get it from Kirk under any circumstances.
Sounds to me like you're a bit involved with Mr. Anderson.
No, nothing like that.
There's somebody else then?
Well, kind of, but he's not free. I really don't want to talk about my personal life, Mr. Pryor.
Okay, sorry. Back to business, all right? So why don't you tell me what role you see public relations playing in the security business, okay?
Okay. Well, I'm going to head off to Mama's now. So, Barbara, I wanted to thank you for all the great Christmas presents you sent to Adam.
The snowsuit?
Yeah, fitted perfectly, and he loved all the toys and games and stuffed animals and stuff. Anyway, thank you. And thank you for being my lunch company. I'll see you back at the ranch.
Right, yeah.
Toys and games and animals.
Hon, I told you that I got him a couple of other things. I put both our names on it.
How generous of you.
Listen, I'm glad you found us here. When you said you'd be working straight through the lunch hour, and Matt gave Margot and me a whole lunch hour off, we thought we'd be dumb to waste it at Ernie's, so here we are.
Of course.
How about some dessert and 2 spoons?
No, thank you. I'm not having dessert these days, remember?
Right. Okay, how about some coffee?
No, I don't want any coffee. I've had enough caffeine for one day. I am
Then
just
have
buzzing.
some decaf. I wish you could just relax.
I can't. I have too many responsibilities on my shoulders right now. And I'm sorry because I know that I've just been hell to live with, which is probably why my son didn't stay home for any part of the weekend.
He got called to work. He's low man on the totem pole over there. He's hardly in a position to pick his own shifts.
Paul does not belong on a construction crew. He has a fine mind. He should be using it to working on his talent for business.
I'm sure that Paul wants to choose something as far away from his father's abilities as possible. He has got to define himself as separate from James.
And from me too, apparently.
Yes, hon, from you too. But that does not mean that he doesn't love you and he doesn't want to be with you. As soon as he finds out who he is, you will get your son back.
And what'll he be like then? God, I just feel like I'm losing control.
No, that was before we found out that the ski lift was condemned. Damn near broke my ankle trying to get down from the outside.
Please remind me to check that out if you suggest that we do the same thing, okay? Excuse me, but I have to go. It was nice to see you, Franny. You too, Louie.
Was it something I said?
I think that Louie has a lot of healing to do yet.
You do? Mm-hmm. I keep forgetting I'm going out with a shrink. I guess it could be worse. It could be going out with a dentist who checked my fillings every time I'd laugh.
I don't want to analyze you, Sean. I just enjoy your company.
All right, now, don't you be a stranger.
I won't, Lisa. Thank you for lunch.
Oh, my pleasure, Lily.
Lily? Hello, how are you?
Very well, thank you, Tony.
I would call that a royal snub. She'll change her tune once I control this town and half of her mother's media holdings.
Thank you.
What, yelling at you? Hurting your feelings?
No. For being honest with me enough to let me know what you're feeling. I mean, we've both been walking on eggshells lately. Well, at least you had the courage to break some, you know.
Well, thanks for walking out of the room for me, since I couldn't do it myself. I needed some time.
Well, you know, we're both going to need time alone, and we're just going to have to learn how to ask each other for it. And I want to make one thing clear to you. I don't think of you as my patient. I think of you as... You're my husband, and I love you. And besides, it's not going to be like this forever. I really think that you have a chance of getting better. And you've got to believe that too, Casey. And no matter what, there's no other man on earth that I'd rather be with.
You know, it hurts so much not to be able to put my arms around you.
You just let me do that.
Somebody's got rotten timing.
It's Margot, Casey.
Margot!
Yeah, I was just going to get to Adam up from his nap. He'd be happy to see his mommy.
Why don't you just sit down and I'll go get Adam?
No, because I have to check on Kate, too.
Hey,
Everyone's in a good mood.
about as good as it's gonna get. Another good thing, I lost my temper and lie understood.
Yay.
Yay. I don't know if she's too realistic about me, though. I think she thinks I'm really gonna get better.
Well, you don't know that you won't.
But if I don't, what is she gonna do when she finds out that this is the way it's gonna be for the rest of our lives here?
I'll get that.
Hi, Margo, how are you? Hey, Casey.
Hey, is this some party I don't know about here?
No, this is not a social visit. This is hospital business.
Ooh. Well, Liza's upstairs. She'll be down in a minute.
Oh, we're not here to see Lila. We're here to see you. I want to offer you a job.
I thought I told John I didn't want any charity.
Is that what I said? I need you to do some cataloging for me in the lab. They have equipment available now that makes you self-sufficient with a computer.
Oh, come on. Anybody, any able-bodied person could do it, and they probably wouldn't need any special equipment.
Oh, really? There aren't any at Memorial. Oh, come on. You're a doctor. You're more qualified than anybody I could get, even if I had time to look, which I don't.
Look, the salary is not as much as when you were a full-time staff doctor, but along with the salary, there are medical benefits.
It sounds fantastic.
Is there some problem that we're overlooking?
You really need some help?
Oh, I definitely do.
You don't think I'll slow you down?
No.
I'm your man.
Hey, good.
Good. What's going on?
Let Casey tell you. Give me my baby. Okay, there you go. You're sleepy. Who said that?
Hi. I had to drop Barbara off at the loft, and on my way back, I figured I'd stop by, say hi to Casey, and spend 10 minutes with my son. Hi, how you doing? Remember me?
Oh, how do you do it? How do you just decide to stop loving someone?
You don't, really. I mean, when I saw that ring on Emily's finger, it really hurt me. But each day, I just wait for it to hurt less.
I don't know what I would do if Julie walked out. But I think you're doing the right thing, working yourself to death so you don't have to think about it.
Well, it's one option. And I think it's better than drinking.
Leave it alone, I'm clean. And everything with Julie is great.
I hope so. Because if it's true, that's one for the good guys. I gotta take off. You make a, okay frozen pizza.
Thanks a lot, yeah. Glad you
See you
enjoyed
later.
it.
Bye.
Hi. Paul, hi, dear. How's the job coming?
It's going okay. I've got a lot to learn, but I think that was the point, right? See you later.
Bye, Paul.
Bye-bye, dear.
Did you forget something when you were here earlier?
No. You did. You forgot to tell me the truth.
Mom, if this is about Julie,
Honey, I don't know. I don't know if this is about Julie or not. First and foremost, it's about you. I just found out that the reason you canceled your Friday party is because you were drunk.
Who told you, Paul?
I had no idea Paul knew it. It's not important how I found out. The important thing is that you lied.
I didn't lie. I told you that Julie and I had a fight Friday night, and we did. I fell off the wagon. Look, I didn't stay off. I went to AA meetings all weekend and worked with my AA sponsor. Everything's cool.
No, everything is not cool. You're being deceptive and you're distant and you're denying that there's any problem at all. That is exactly what you did the last time when you almost killed yourself with liquor.
This isn't the same as the last time. I can handle it now. I know where to go for help, and I have Julie.
Are you sure that Julie isn't the cause for this setback?
No, she's not. If anything, the pressure you're putting me under is what makes me want to drink.
You say that you want to be treated like an adult. Well, you'd better start behaving like one then. That means taking responsibility for your life and stop trying to blame everybody else in sight. And stop lying to everybody who loves you. And stop lying to yourself. Most important of all, that is the killer. Good Lord, you've got everybody here for you. You could talk to me, you could talk to Bob, you could talk to your father.
Oh, right, that's exactly what I need. Dad on my case.
Well, then you tell me what you do need. You know that I would turn heaven and earth over to get you anything that you need. I love you. I want to help you. And I can't do that if you won't talk to me.
I don't need anyone. I have Julie.
And what are you going to do someday when you turn around and you don't have Julie?
That's not going to happen.
Then why are you so defensive about it? What is going on?
Nothing. You're putting me on the defensive. How am I supposed to react when you criticize the woman I love?
You and Julie are having problems.
No.
Yes. Yes. Do you want me to go and ask Julie about it?
If you do that, Mom, I will never forgive you. I'm warning you. You keep after me like this, and I will drink.
Listen, Sean, I'm going to just stay here and hang out with Lisa for a while.
For lunch.
Sure.
Mama.
Honey? What in the world? What's wrong? Did something happen? Was it a bad rehearsal? Or?
No, it went so well that Olivia let us off early.
Oh.
But I have a favor I need to ask you. I would like to spend some time with Andy and maybe cook him dinner tonight. And I was wondering if you could get along all right if I came in just a little bit late. I know it's a lot to ask you.
Aw, don't even worry about it. Of course, we're not busy. It's going to be slow up until New Year's Eve and anything for young.
Oh, thank you. You're great.
Yeah.
You really are.
Julie.
I can't talk to you here.
I'll be home all night.
I can't see you tonight.
I told you I'd give you a week to break things off with Andy, but that doesn't mean I intend to do without you altogether.
Let me check this.
I may have to rethink some things.
Is it a threat?
No, it's a fact.
Well, I still can't see you tonight.
Listen, I just don't like the way that Tonio keeps... Oh, he gets involved in Julie's career. I don't like that. I don't think she likes it either. I'm bothered. I think something's worrying her.
I hope it's not what I think it is.
Hello.
Hey, Johnny. Hey, what's the matter?
What? Did you lose a case? What?
No, nothing that simple. The station told me that Margot and Hal were here.
Well, yes, they were here. Tom, they left separately. Now, I hope that's not what put you in this funny
No,
mood.
it's nothing like that. May I have a scotch on the rocks, please?
Tom? Wait, what's happening? Are you worried about Leanne? Duke? What is...
Mom?
Yeah?
I can't talk about it, okay?
So the FCC has begun its investigation. Good. Well, they should make Lucinda divest herself of either the TV station or the paper, and when they do, I intend to grab it. What have you heard about the Lakeview Tower sale?
I'm moving as fast as possible. You did ask me to give priority to the research into the Lombard Industries Pickwick ventures.
Yes. You know, while you're at it, see what you can find out about Copperfield Limited. It's a new division Brock set up for himself.
Someone certainly has a Dickens fixation.
Mrs. Mitchell, your restaurant deserves 4 stars.
Oh, thank you. I'd like for you to meet Fanny Hughes. And this is my son, Tom, the district attorney.
Hey, Tom.
How do you do? Ellie?
Hi.
How you doing?
Oh, I'm hanging in there.
Good.
Miss Snyder, excuse me a moment. I'm going to make a phone call. Be right back.
Okay. Yeah, what? What?
Do I have my lips on crooked or something?
No, I just want you to take care of yourself, okay?
Okay.
It's me. I have reason to believe that Brock may still be involved with Ellie Snyder, despite his relationship with Emily Stewart. And not only that, Tonio Reyes has been snooping around Pickwick. But most important,
Ellie Snyder seems to be very tight with the DA. Maybe time to rethink the plan.
What are you doing?
Thinking.
About what?
Craig's partnership. I think we should talk.
That's pretty good. You know, his favorite word is still perpetrator.
No,
Hey, Paul, what are you doing here? Did we have a lunch date?
No, we didn't. I just came by to say hi. It's a really great picture.
Yeah, I like it, too.
Is this the one that you gave your father for Christmas?
Yeah, I gave one to my sister Claire, too. You know what I really want, though?
What?
I want one of you that I can put on my desk. One of you and your heart.
My heart, you know. I'll see what I can do.
Why don't you have Andy take it? Let me look at those muscles.
Oh, come
Yeah,
on.
Council,
I'm
listen,
taking
Ivy.
it. Stop doing that. How would you get her off of me?
Oh, take this terrible woman.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Just stopped by to let you know that I was not going to make it home for dinner. Eat without me.
Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that. Just don't work too hard.
I won't. I won't.
Well, thanks for including me, Susan. Your offer made a big difference to Casey.
I can't even imagine facing what he has ahead of him. Makes all my problems seem insignificant.
Hi.
Hi. I've just been to see Andy. You're right, he's in very big trouble. It's the same old story all over again. Now, I know neither one of you agree with this, but I want John to be told.
Andy? Oh, you gave me a scare. Are you okay? Baby.
Don't call me that. I'm a man. I'm every bit as much of a man as Tonio Reyes.